Well, we got our first preseason news, and it's not really a leak. It's more like a teaser as to what is coming out, and it's apparently a big season is the whole like point of the leak, which how do you do that at this time of the year? I don't really know, but we'll talk about it. We do have some confirmed icons for next year, by the way. Some of the ones that were leaked to be testing are confirmed now. If you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to mmoxp.com. There will be a link in the description down below. They are the cheapest and the safest option. You can use my code JFC at checkout for an 8% discount. Plus a lot of like random miscellaneous information to talk about today too. And also this evolution that dropped today, I was shocked to see that the cap on the shooting for this Evo, which by the way, the Ryan Kent card that this is a flashback to, or at least like the first legendary Ryan Kent card was a left wing. Why is it right wing? I don't know. Nitpicky, of course, but just shows you sometimes like what's going on here. The shooting is capped at 92. And I know you can make some like decent cards like this Doumbia. Like him a lot. Looks pretty damn good. But capping his shooting at 92 in the middle of August is a tough sell. You know, that's a tough sell. I think this kind of goes hand in hand with what we talked about yesterday, where it's like, I think we can kind of expect to see maybe some lesser insane Evos for next year. And that might be actually okay because, as you guys know, we have other places to take these cards into. They don't have to make your main team anymore. But you guys get what I'm trying to say here. You might see stat caps more like this next year than we had for some of this year. And also, guys, we kind of got to address the elephant in the room here. I think I might title this video as that, as it's kind of catchy, but we need to talk about the fact that these SBCs, have they been good enough for 6 months now? This is a long time of SBCs kind of being a little lackluster. I know some of these cards are very good, but maybe not S tier. And is that still enough? You know, you guys might be the judge of that. But let's think about how many 99 cards we have right now in packs. I guess it's like 40 if I had to guess right now. I don't know the correct answer on that. I could be wrong. Let's check that out right now. So we've got, okay, 10 here. We've got 20. We have got 30. Do we have 40? We've got 37. Okay, 37 99s. How many SBCs? Zero SBCs, 37 99 cards. What do you think about that? Is that something that we might see next year? And the season pass is leaked to be crazy for this season, apparently. I think what might happen here is similar to like the other Evos. Are we just not going to see insane SBCs next year either? And maybe that's actually a good thing for the game, but I think that's important to maybe discuss that and like possibly expect that for next year. Because I mean, let's be real here though. Holland, for example, could be 99 with these stats, right? We're kind of playing a little bit of hardball here, saying like we're cutting off at 99, but the point still stands. The SBCs for the last 6 months haven't been that insane since maybe like that Hullet card, right? And you know what is the reason for that? I think it's just they don't really know what they want to do firstly with the power curve. They didn't know what they want to do this year with it. So maybe it's different next year, but we went through months and months and months with no big, like really S tier player SBC. That's something that we need to think about for next year too. And I just wanted to bring that up again because I want to be like fully aware. Maybe I'm being harsh here. We have 98 Kamavinga. We got 98 Holland, which by the way, we're in futties now. You'd hope we'd have these. And you know, during shapeshifters, the SBCs were bad, right? Like we had 4 weeks of shapeshifters and the SBCs were just not very good. I mean, we got SBC Maradona like what 2 or 3 days ago, and this card was in shapeshifters and it's got 4 playstyle pluses and it's decent. Don't get me wrong, it's not bad at all. It's a 98 Maradona. It can't be bad. But this card came out like quite a while ago actually, so I think it's important to just say that these Evo trends, these SBC trends might be a thing for next year. They always preview things for the next following cycle, and I know that once again we maybe are being too nitpicky here. They have good SBCs, maybe even great SBCs. The S tier SBCs are just not really here, and they haven't really been, and that might be a big change now. But of course, when it comes down to it, you know, for example, you got 99 Ginola, 99 Van Dijk in the season pass, right? And I think what they just would rather have happen here is make the best cards in the game. They'd rather have them be in season passes because that's direct FIFA point sales plus retention. So SBCs, you might, you know, complete once through the fodder you already had in your club by playing the game free to play. Then it kind of ends there. When you buy a season pass, you then are almost more obligated, or you feel like you need to get to that higher level. That guarantees you be on the game longer. Retention is everything in EA's eyes. You also paid to get it. So I think EA are going to basically make the crazy season pass cards here, these 99 Ginolas, 99 Van Dykes, you maybe saw at SBCs in previous years that would be like, hey, that's one of the top 5 SBCs of the year. That's now going to be probably in season passes. Maybe that's actually better because they're 500K. It's actually cheaper that way. I think it's just a different way of acquiring them. And I think EA likes that because that maybe inclines the player to be on the game longer, and they like that. Plus, they already made a $20 or 500,000 coin sale. So what do you guys think about that? But okay, so here's this thread on Twitter that kind of sparked this whole kind of conversation and video. So AC made a thread talking about like preseason FC25, why you should play, right? You know, he's trying to get people back in the game, whatever. 200 plus specials and packs, sure, there'll be a crazy amount of cards and packs. Transfers, obviously, we know that by now. We'll talk about this more in just 1 second here. We got rewards for FC26 as well that you would assume could be in the season pass. He does leak here that we'll have packs, loan players, and evolutions apparently in the preseason, which I think is the same as last year. So is that even a leak? I'm not even sure. But this one right here, he says, insane season pass. The new season pass will give you the maximum from FC25. So I'm assuming that means then there's no FC26 stuff in the season pass, which I think most people probably like that. You don't have to buy something to get something for next year's game. But I think this once again confirms that we might see like the biggest season pass ever. And I think EA just really likes this rather than like the big SBCs. I think they like the stuff we talked about earlier, right? But going back up here, preseason transfers, like we'll see these for sure in the season pass coming out on Thursday. And also we should see SBCs, like we should. But it's just funny that when you think about an SBC coming out that looks like this, it would be the best SBC released in a long time. I mean, what would compare? Like you have that Wayne Rooney card, right? Comparing the power curve to like pre-futties, we just didn't have these S tier cards. Like they just didn't come out. So futties, we're now seeing maybe ones that are approaching the S tier, but they're not quite there, I would say, yet. If I'm being nitpicky, let me know. But these 6 cards here would be obviously insane. They're probably the best cards you've seen in a long time. And we're in the middle of August. Like you'd hope we'd see some of these by now. And it's not that we should even care for this year, just more so for next year. Like, is this a sign of things to come? And also here, EA have gone all out with the best of batches. And these first 2, there's been more cards in packs this year than in previous years. So I'd assume we had 250 cards last year in the re-release. We'll probably have more than that this year. So my guess is like 300. Are there even 300 promo cards? There's got to be. That was a really dumb question, but damn, that's a lot of promo cards. But okay, we got some icon leaks next. So some of the cards we knew in testing and some we actually didn't know in testing, like for example, Telford and O'Hara. I don't think were the names in the testing phase at all. Real Madrid dropped a video today that Toni Kroos is coming as an icon. He's also a pre-order icon, so he's one of the guys you could get in the pre-order. We'll look at his card in just 1 sec here. But Witcher replies and says, next is Khan, Marcelo, Totti, Morgan, Telford, and O'Hara. And Witcher says, I can confirm that he is coming out. And then EA teased this earlier today in their promo video for Kroos. That was right here. You've got the, Marcelo teaser right here. So yeah, I'm pretty sure when we heard these icons rumored in testing, it kind of made sense for them to go all out this year because they need pre-order sales. And I think that we're kind of seeing it now come to fruition where we got Marcelo, Kroos, all the guys announced already. Plus, I'm sure we got some more to come as well. So there is some, absolute bangers and icons this year, it seems like. And here's that Toni Kroos 90 rated card here. But this sparked a debate because the pre-order cards are lower rated than the icon cards are. So Toni Kroos here is a 90 rated, which means he's either like a 91 or 92 in the regular, like his base icon version would be 91 or 92. But then that means that Toni Kroos will actually be a higher rating than Xavi, which sparked massive debate today, of course, because Real Madrid, Barcelona, I mean, it's obviously, you could have seen that one coming a mile away. But fear not, there was a correction to this, and that was that this Toni Kroos card is actually the upgraded version that comes out in November that's 90 rated. So he's actually like an 89 or an 88. So that's an important piece to this. Or I guess he actually could be 90 theoretically because maybe this upgraded version gets him to his base card, something like that. So he's not going to be any higher than Xavi is. At best, he's the same rating, and he's probably lower. So Barcelona fans, the comment you were halfway already written, you can delete. He's not going to be higher rated. Okay. And that now leaves us with the icons so far leaked to be in the pre-order pack. Of the 15 so far, we got R9, Zlatan, Alex Morgan, Toni Kroos, and then Scholes, Lampard, Gerrard, which I think the leak was that all 3 of them are going to be in there, but I think now the rumor is that one of them will be. I don't know what happened there. It could be all 3 still. Just put an asterisk on this one, but these 4 are confirmed in there, and obviously there's going to be about 6 of them that suck. So it could be all 3 English ones, but you're seeing the best 4 here. I guarantee you the best best 4 are going to be these 4, and maybe somehow Marcelo fits in or something like that, but I doubt it. We probably would have seen him already be leaked, but we'll see. And last thing here, we do have these packs that could be in rewards actually post this new season coming out, because there's no untradeable text here, so maybe they will be tradable. We got 6 futties pack, 5x96 plus futties pack, and a 4x96 plus futties pack as well, and they don't say untradeable, and maybe they should, and they'll update that, but we'll see. These might be some champs rewards. That would be kind of nice. A 5x96, that'd be a crazy futties reward, or champs reward, I should say. But yeah, that's pretty much that right now. Okay, let's read some of your comments now. We got 5 Trigger Tray. For anyone thinking EA is going to turn a new page, or if they actually heard you, just go look at the reactions of the games they've already released. NCAA football and Madden 26. They had the same lies and trailers and teasers that they were made from user feedback. They absolutely lied. And I think that there's 2 ways you can look at this. There's the optimistic point of view and the pessimistic point of view. The optimistic one is that FIFA is their bread and butter and how they make the majority of their microtransaction sales. So when it comes to that, I think it's more likely that they actually gave a shit about FIFA than other games, because it's such a big portion of their microtransactions that it probably just gets more care than Madden does, unfortunately, because they have the exclusive license Madden. They don't have to put out a great game. Like, they just don't have to. And of course, EA has many exclusive licenses too, so they are pretty similar, but there are alternatives. They aren't great, but there are some alternatives, and also they make the majority of their money from FIFA. So I think they do care more about that. The pessimistic side is that, yes, they did say on their Madden 26 stuff that franchise was a huge part of what they wanted to do this year and fix, and it comes out and there are some better things, but it's not, you know, it's very sloppy. You know, it's a sloppy one. And yeah, so there's 2 ways you can look at it. You choose. I don't really know which one to think. I mean, I think no matter what, there's gonna be an element of like the game is not gonna be, or I guess the game is gonna be buggy and probably somewhat unpolished as a yearly release game. It has to be that. We're stuck with games forever in a cycle that are half unpolished or half unfinished, because that's the nature of this yearly cycle that we're in. I mean, you can't get out of it. And Mark Mack has a nice comment kind of saying the contrary here. Like, I feel like EA is now going to turn the page on the past years. You don't change your approach to customer feedback nor the power curve unless there are hard analytics supporting the case. This change of tack does not happen just because a product manager thinks it's a good idea. So I think this is where I was leading towards as well. Like, this definitely has to have data backing it up. And I think that at this point, we saw what happened in November of last year. It was really in a bad spot, and it was only 2 months in. It felt like March or April, and it was in November. So I do think that, yes, there is data to show this. Now, how will they execute this is obviously something that we just have no idea about, and we can only speculate on, but I do think they are clearly going to try this. Whether it works or not, we'll see, but they're gonna make an effort to make the power curve slower, to be more open communication. Like, they're gonna try. How it turns out, I don't know, but they definitely seem like they are going to do a bit more than previous years. And also, I'd say the majority of comments have kind of said that the beta gameplay seems to be quite a bit better. Now, keep in mind here, we usually at the start of the games, the first couple of days, first maybe even week, you would say, we're kind of all in that high of like, I think it is better. You know, I like certain things about it, and I think that they can build off this. And by like week 2 or so, maybe even like the 3rd week, it becomes, we figure out what's broken, and it becomes kind of a shit show. And some years it doesn't become that, but some years, I'd say most years, it does become that. So through the beta, can we really say much about the gameplay? Hard to say, right? I think if it was really bad, you'd be able to tell. If it was really good, you'd be able to tell too. But yeah, I think it's important to note that we can get first impressions here, because you can always get first impressions on anything. Just what conclusions do we draw from this, we need to be careful from, because odds are we do usually say the first week of the game is pretty damn good. I hope, obviously, that, I mean, I have optimism. I want the game to be good. It's just important to be like, yeah, usually the first week we have this sort of honeymoon phase with it. And then after that, maybe even to the first run of champs, like 3 weeks in or so, then it becomes like, hey, we know some of the ratty stuff now. We know some of the flaws with it. And then what happens after that is left to be seen. But I want to say, guys, thank you all for being here. Appreciate you all so much. And I love you all. So, peace.